Say it ain't so. We finally have a budget that prioritizes everyday Arizonans. It's a lot of good stuff, some big gaps, and Arizona, we've got issues. Okay, girlies, here's the good. The passage of this budget is a historic win for Arizona and marks a significant step in the fight to build a people-first economy. Our vision in this coalition is that our money is used to help working families thrive, and we're on the right track. This year, we secured $225 million for affordable housing. Some highlights of this funding are the $150 million for the Housing Trust Fund, $60 million to new homeless shelters, and $5 million for the relocation of our mobile homeowner community that are being displaced from their homes. We're most excited about the Housing Trust Fund money, though, because those dollars can be used in an as-needed basis and can most immediately respond to the need of rent-burdened families. We'll be pushing for these funds to go to direct rental assistance and eviction protection for the families on the verge of losing their homes. The other almost $17 million is going to these 4 programs, which directly support Arizona's returning citizens, veterans, returning soldiers, and elderly Arizonans. The budget was signed last week, and we'll be putting $40 million into the Arizona Promise program to make higher education more accessible for all Arizonans. Luckily for all of us, we're also getting $650 million for state infrastructure, which includes roads, bridges, public transportation, and networking. This budget also expanded the Children's Health Insurance Program, or CHIP, to serve 10,000 kids. This means that more low-income kids can go to the doctor, despite not being covered by their parents' insurance or maybe not having insurance at all. These results come from years of organizing and advocacy work by the People First Economy Coalition and our many partners. This community win is from us showing up and showing out at the polls and pushing those same elected officials we voted in to deliver. Of course, with the good comes the bad, and unfortunately the bad of this budget is taking even more money away from our public schools and reducing promised money to water conservation. School vouchers, or empowerment scholarship accounts, are on track to double in the next year. The state will soon be spending $1 billion with a B dollars per year to subsidize private education. Remember, empowerment scholarship account is a deceptive term for vouchers that drain money from our public schools and leave schools strapped for cash and scrounging to give Arizona kids an education. 80% of these new voucher funds are going to students who were already in private school or homeschooled. These public dollars are disappearing into for-profit schools that have no accountability to the community and can kick kids out on a whim. As far as protecting our environment, the budget is addressing some big needs, such as allocating $15 million to the Water Quality Assurance Revolving Fund, $12.5 million to electric charging and fuel infrastructure, and much more. Where this budget falls short is in the chunk taken out of the $1 billion water infrastructure investment that was championed last year. This 3-year funding was cut almost in half by the legislature, despite a Republican governor kicking off the project. Governor Hobbs prioritized water conservation, but the legislature obviously had a different idea. With Arizona growing at the pace that it is, we need our elected officials to prioritize water conservation to keep our aquifers full and avoid ongoing and worsening drought. Finally, the arts got a continuing budget of $5 million, which is way less than the $20 million the governor had said she wanted to put into arts funding in Arizona. This maintains the amount of dollars going into art and means we'll have to wait until next year to see that level of investment that the arts deserve in Arizona. This budget victory is the result of our blood, sweat, and tears from this legislative session and happened because of the determined community organizing, turnout, and accountability that our People First Economy movement has accomplished in the past few years. This budget is the result of us flexing our community power, being active, and demanding our state uses our money for us. We're at a turning point in Arizona. Through our resilience, we have survived and fought back against xenophobia, corporate manipulation, and the privatization of our basic human needs. These victories are amazing and will give us all safer, healthier lives, and that scares the pro-corporate side because it means accountability for them and better lives for us. On Monday the 15th, the legislature passed a flurry of standing bills and sent them to the governor to sign or veto. Among them are several bills to kneecap voters, punish students for using the bathroom that represents their gender, and more attacks on fab drag performers. Luckily, there is plenty of community pressure to keep Governor Hobbs from signing these bad bills, and we're counting on her veto for the particularly bad ones. The ones we're pressing her to veto are SB 1324 and HB 2560. If you squint at these, or if you don't have people first priorities, these seem harmless to support. However, this is what makes these voter suppression bills particularly bad and dangerous. SB 1324 and HB 2560 have a chilling effect on voters registering for the early ballot and would reveal private voters to the public and set people up for doxing and harassment. We're calling on you to pressure Governor Hobbs to veto SB 1324 and HB 2560 to protect the integrity of our elections. Go to the link in our bio right now to take action. Remember SB 1161, the bill that would legalize Arizona cities to create affordable apartments near transit? Well, it's still alive, and we're pressing the legislature to sign off on it and pass it to the governor's desk. Two other bills we're supporting are SB 1163, which would legalize more housing options like duplexes and triplexes, and would require a regular housing need assessment from cities, and HB 2563, which legalizes dorm-style living for seniors, legalizes casitas, and sets a clear timeline for the permitting process. We're calling on you to pressure our rent is too high signers to support these good housing bills. Go to the link in our bio right now to take action. Next week on Thursday, May 25th, we will be having a free game to learn best practices for capturing high-quality samples of your work. Shout out to the Arizona Commission on the Arts for partnering with us on this. Thank you for watching Season 4, Episode 9 of We've Got Issues, a Fuerte Network production. Shout out to the People First Economy, the Sierra Club, Lucha, and the Voting Rights Coalition for their research and expertise. Writing by Clarissa Rodriguez and Senia Orona. Filming done by Clarissa Rodriguez. Editing done by Clarissa Rodriguez and Senia Orona. Graphics by Senia Orona. Theme music by Dominic Medina. The thoughts and opinions expressed by We've Got Issues do not necessarily represent those of the Fuerte Arts Movement.